What's up, Taiwan? I'm Eric Gao with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Starting off in local news, buying a first home here can be difficult. Many young people are struggling with stagnant incomes and high property prices. The government wants to address this by expanding a loan benefits program. John Van Triest takes a look at what's set to change and how much difference it could make.
Hu Zhouwei is in his 30s. He's ready to settle down and buy his first home. But for young Taiwanese people like him, that's not an easy thing to do. Taiwan currently has the world's 15th most expensive property compared to income ratio, beating South Korea, Japan, and all Western countries. Taiwan's government wants to make it easier for young people like Hu to get into the housing market. So from August, it's expanding loan benefits for first-time buyers. Maximum loan amounts will be extended to more than $320,000 with a preferential interest rate. And the repayment period will be extended to 40 years. It's a deal Hu finds attractive.
那大概算下来的话，可能一年可以省掉1万多块左右的一个贷款金。
There are some concerns investors could take advantage of these favorable conditions. But market analysts say the way the scheme is set up means this approach could come with too many uncertainties.
成本可能相对比较高。第二个，未来涨幅没有那么理想，那自然而然可能在愿意用这种方式套利的人就会比较少。如果未来可能有一些升息，或者是说不确定的经济因素，有可能造成价格修正。
But to get these expanded benefits, would-be buyers will need to sign up within the next 3 years. And some analysts say the benefits don't erase the problem of property prices beyond the reach of young people.
利滚利的结果，你小的负担的这个金额是越来越高的。那特别在时间拉长底下，真的是天荒地老啊！你从30岁缴到70岁，那你人生已经到老的时候还要再缴房贷。
Meaning that even with these preferential conditions, prospective homebuyers like Hu Zhouwei still have a long road ahead of them. Justin Wu and John Van Triest for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan's first locally made weather satellite is on its way to French Guiana. The Triton Wind Hunter satellite was sent to the South American territory on Friday. The satellite is set to launch in September and will help scientists track typhoons more accurately. Triton was jointly developed by Taiwan's space agency with the Central Weather Bureau and took 8 years to build. In world news, Thailand's popular candidate for prime minister says he's not giving up, despite losing his first chance to become the country's leader. On Thursday, Pita failed to win a majority of votes in the Thai parliament. Our reporter Joyce Zeng is in Bangkok.
Thailand's political future is still uncertain, just a day after its parliament failed to vote in a new prime minister. But sole candidate Pita says that he won't be giving up despite losing his first chance to take the country's top spot. Pita fell short of the winning majority he needed from both branches of parliament. Pita went in backed by an 8-party coalition in the lower house elected by the people. But he only managed to win 13 votes from senators in the upper house appointed by the previous military government. The opposing senators took issue with Pita's plans to reform the country's long-standing royal defamation law. That law makes criticizing the royal family a jailable offense. One lawmaker said that he and his party would support Pita if he were just to drop this amendment from his platform. But speaking to reporters after the vote, Pita said he intends to keep his promises to the Thai people and won't back down.
I'm not giving up. I'm going to strategize once again to consolidate the voice just to make sure that we reach 376 later on.
Pita is allowed to stand for further rounds of voting. His second shot is scheduled for July 19th. But with such a small show of Senate support and 2 pending court cases against him, things are not boding very well for the 42-year-old Harvard grad. The streets of Bangkok are bustling with commuters like any other Friday, but uncertainty over the country's future is looming large.
I think they not respect our vote. The senator there, they didn't follow our selections, so I think it's not okay.
On the constitution, following the constitution. So what it is how it come out, you have to be accept. But they said, no, I'm not said, I'm going to fight, I'm not give up. This is not, you're not sport man, you know.
It's a mixed bag of feelings here in downtown Bangkok, but it's unlikely that Pita and his supporters will go down without a fight. Move Forward Party supporters have already begun planning protests for Friday evening. Now lawmakers will have to decide whether they're willing to upset the 14 million voters who want to see Pita lead one of the most important economies in the region. Alex Chen and Joyce Zhen in Bangkok for TaiwanPlus.
Germany's foreign minister says the country cannot be indifferent to tensions around Taiwan, as Berlin unveiled its first ever China strategy. Minister Annalena Baerbock had this to say on Thursday.
Eine militärische Eskalation wäre auch eine Gefahr für Millionen von Menschen, und zwar weltweit und damit auch bei uns.
Under the new strategy, Germany plans to reduce dependency on China in key sectors like medicine and semiconductors. China has been Germany's largest trading partner for 7 years. The strategy announcement comes after months of political wrangling, as Berlin seeks to balance its deep economic ties with China with hardening European attitudes towards Beijing. Now, to find out what Germany's new strategy means, our reporter James Chater spoke to Zsuzsa Anna-Ferenczi, an expert in EU-Taiwan relations based here in Taipei.
What are the most important aspects of Germany's new China strategy?
I believe that it will help recalibrate Germany's China strategies, China policy. So it is a very first good step. One point I would highlight is how the strategy commits Germany to align with the EU's China policy. Across the EU, there has been for many years a great concern that Germany is pushing its own interests forward when it comes to China because it has a privileged access to the Chinese market. It sends a message to Beijing that there is a future together, but not the one that Germany and China has had in the past.
The document said escalation in the Taiwan Strait would pose significant dangers to Germany itself. How do you think Taiwan will be impacted by this new China strategy?
Taiwan has been on the European agenda overall for the past 3-4 years. This was inspired by an aggressive China in the Indo-Pacific, but also a very much aggressive China in its relationship with the EU. So I'm glad to see that Germany considers this of highest relevance to how we go forward with China. Of course, we have a strong cooperation already with Taiwan, and I think the fact that Germany commits to expanding this further is also very good.
Could Germany's new strategy provide a sort of benchmark to other European nations that are also looking to recalibrate their approach to Beijing?
And I think all member states need to feel that they're part of the discussion. It cannot work if 2 or 3 leading member states lead the conversation. Every single EU member state needs to be around the table. But we are in a new reality at this stage. Everyone understood that. And I think the fact that the strategy says, as I said, that China has changed, we are changing, we are adjusting. So it will be, I think, a good inspiration for the rest of the member states that look at rebalancing their relations with China.
That was James Chater speaking with EU-Taiwan relations expert Zsuzsa Anna-Ferenczi. Metal music rarely makes it into the mainstream in Taiwan or elsewhere, but Taiwanese metal has gained an international audience thanks to the efforts of bands like Chthonic, led by rock star lawmaker Freddie Lim. But there's a new band that's coming to take their crown as the country's biggest rockers, and they're called Flesh Juicer. Wang Yang has their story.
With their unmistakable pig-headed frontman and dynamic performances, this is the signature look and sound of Taiwanese metal band Flesh Juicer. The band is everywhere in Taiwan now, even writing songs for a big-budget video game franchise. Brutal, fun, and playful. That's how the band describe themselves. Those words might seem contradictory, but they fit the band's style. In 2022, Flesh Juicer was crowned Best Band at the Golden Melody Awards, the most prestigious music awards in the Chinese-speaking world. They're only the second metal band to get that accolade in the award show's 34-year history. They follow in the footsteps of Chthonic in 2003 and 2019, the band fronted by rockstar lawmaker Freddie Lim. Flesh Juicer sounds like nothing else you've ever heard. That's thanks to the liberal use of sounds from Taiwanese culture in its music, like from traditional funerals.
因为我们很喜欢台湾传统的文化的音乐，就那种五声音阶的感觉，我特别喜欢。我很喜欢那种出殡北管。
That inspiration extends to his eye-catching pig head mask, which also has its roots in religious culture.
那时候刚学会了竹枪，后来就想，可以带个猪，后来然后猪就台湾庙宇文化里面都会放个大猪公这样子，后来又觉得这个就是有大猪公的那里，就感觉好像今天是一个很神圣的日子。
Flesh Juicer began as an extreme metal band, but their musical style and image have changed over time. For instance, you wouldn't expect most metal bands to turn up in top fashion magazines. The band says they want to break the boundaries of their genre, making it more accessible to all.
我觉得 metal 音乐是没有任何的局限，去想很多不一样的创意，那它就可以变出更多不同的类型这样。
The band has toured across Taiwan and Asia and is looking to reach more fans around the world. Their frontman shared his thoughts on why people outside Taiwan would be interested in their music.
我觉得越在地就越国际，把自己生活文化放进去，外国人看到他有兴趣，他就会来钻研。
The band is gearing up for their Flash Temple concert on July 15th. It's a brand they created in 2016 for their own shows, with a series of sell-out performances ever since. And with their mix of uniquely local sounds and heavy-hitting riffs, Flesh Juicer is well-placed to lead Taiwanese metal onto the world stage. Kamashi, Ed Moon, and Yvonne Yang for TaiwanPlus.
Just 2.5 months until the Asian Games in China, and Taiwan's athletes are gathering in the country's south to train. Our reporter Sandy Chi went to meet some of the Taiwan's top gymnasts as they get ready.
These athletes make it look easy, but behind the effortless grace is countless hours of hard work.
I'm here at the National Sports Training Center in southern Taiwan with some of the top gymnasts. They're here gearing up for the Asian Games that will take place in China in September. Until that day, almost every day from morning till night, they'll be undergoing intense training.
The athletic tape covering the athletes' bodies bears witness to how hard they've been working.
最大的目标就是我们团体然后可以上颁奖台，希望在团体上面取得前3。
比赛我相信呢，如果说我们可以稳定的发挥的话，我目标是超越我们上次亚运会的成绩这样。
One of the athletes representing Taiwan is Li Zhikai. He's the country's first gymnast to win an Olympic medal and is also an Asian Games champion. He won gold in the pommel horse in 2018 and was the all-around winner a year later.
就是最后一届，我觉得不要留下任何遗憾，不管在任何的时刻，好好把握当下。
The pressure is on for the upcoming tournament, but Li is also balancing his training with his family life.
因为我觉得在什么身份、什么状态，把该做的事情做好。身为选手，就把在训练场的时候把该做的课表、然后内容、然后目标给他设定清楚，来去执行，一步一步达成。那下了课离开场馆，回到家之后，当爸爸就该把孩子照顾好，当老公的就把老婆照顾好，这样 Happy wife, happy life.
Team Taiwan is also expecting big things from gymnasts. Ding Hua Tian.
本来比赛就是会有些压力，但是我觉得有一个目标是很好的一件事情，所以我会努力去达到。
With gymnasts like Ting and Li on the roster, there's no doubt Team Taiwan will reach great heights in Hangzhou. Patrick Chen, Leslie Liao, and Sandy Chi for TaiwanPlus.
A green sea turtle has been spotted on a beach in northeastern Taiwan. Conservationists in Yilan County saw the turtle crawling back towards the sea in the middle of the night. It's thought to be the first recorded sighting of a sea turtle in that area. At least 5 different species of sea turtle are regularly seen here in Taiwan, but they're usually found further south or on outlying islands. Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, check out these fossil skeletons of flying and aquatic reptiles up for auction in New York this month. I'm Eric Gao. Take care and see you next time.